Hi everyone, my name is Miss Danielle from Boys and Girls Club. I work at the University Terrace site, and today we're going to be learning how to make some hand sanitizer and a face mask at home. So everybody knows that we're trying to stay safe from the virus, and everybody tells you to wash your hands, but maybe you're somewhere and you can't wash your hands, so the next best thing would be some hand sanitizer. And the ingredients that you're going to need today are going to be rubbing alcohol, 70% or above, some aloe vera gel, an essential oil. Now, essential oil can be vitamin E, maybe you want to add some lavender oil. I have tea tree oil today because it is antibacterial, which means it typically prevents the growth of bacteria. I also have a spoon to mix these two items with. I have just a little bowl, anything will really work. I also have a little bottle that I can put the hand sanitizer in once I'm done. So that's the ingredients for the hand sanitizer. Now for the face mask, we have a bandana, which you can find at the dollar store. We also have some hair ties, and an optional one that you can do or to add into your mask is a coffee filter, but you don't need that. It's just an extra thing that you can use. So let's start talking about hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer kills microbial cells. Now, microbial cells are typically what hold the different bacteria and things that cause diseases. Now, if you remember, I said it's important that you get 70% rubbing alcohol or above, so a higher percentage, because that has to do with the effectiveness of your hand sanitizer, so how well it's going to kill all the germs and bacteria. So with that, it's actually better that you get something that's not 100% rubbing alcohol because the water helps clean. So, how hand sanitizer helps? It disrupts the outer coat of viruses, and in bacteria, it's called the membrane. So it's the cell membrane that it starts to break down. So I went ahead and drew a little example. We can pretend that this is our virus here, the cell. And if you look right here, the membrane or the outer layer is broken. So it kills the cell, and that's how the hand sanitizer works. So let's start mixing up our hand sanitizer. First, we're going to take some aloe vera gel, and we're going to put it in our little mixing bowl. So you could go ahead and squeeze some out. And aloe vera gel can come in many different colors. Mine is green today. So we're going to get out as much as we can, Now, when dealing with alcohol, please make sure that you have your parents around to help because it can be dangerous. Don't drink it, don't eat it, avoid getting it in your eyes because it'll burn. So, this is the amount that I have in there. Now I'm going to add some of the rubbing alcohol. Now there's no exact measurements, you're just going to pour a good amount in. So you can see mine is kind of moving around in there. I'm going to add a little bit more. Now I'm going to take my spoon, and this is what I'm going to mix it up with. So I'm going to mix, 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 mix. It might seem like it's not mixing too well at first, but you just have to keep mixing it up until it comes together. And I'm going to add a little bit more aloe vera gel, if I can today. Okay, so a little bit more has been added in. And the reason that I chose to use aloe vera gel is because rubbing alcohol can be very drying on your skin. So the aloe vera helps add moisture so your hands don't feel super dry after you use it. And because it's gel, it makes the hand sanitizer a little bit thicker so it's not too watery. So you can see I'm mixing it here, and it's a good consistency. So now that we have this little mixture going, I'm going to add in some of my antibacterial tea tree oil. Now I said I chose this one, but like I said, you could choose any other oil that you would like to put in there. This also helps cover up the smell of the alcohol, so you just can put a few drops in there. I put about 5 drops in, and now I'm going to stir it all up again. stirring, stirring. Alrighty. And if you look, now I have some homemade hand sanitizer with super cheap ingredients, super easy to make. And this little bottle I got from Walmart and it was under $1. But if you already have an old empty hand sanitizer bottle, you can just refill it. So if the hole on your bottle is big enough, you can go ahead and just try and put it in there with your spoon or whatever you're using. But a nice trick that I like to use is if you have an extra sandwich bag at home, you can fill it up. And you can actually either use this bag and keep it with you and just make sure that you seal it really tight, or if you have some scissors at home with your parents' help, you can cut the corner and squeeze it into this little bottle. So that's our handmade hand sanitizer. So I'm gonna move all my stuff aside and I'm gonna move on to my face mask. Now, it's recommended that we wear a face mask so we can try and protect ourselves from the virus, but we should also practice social distancing when we're out. So I have my bandana here, then I'm gonna fold it in half, so it's gonna look like this, and then one more time, so it looks like one long rectangle. Now, I said if you have a coffee filter at home, you can go ahead and use this because it just adds an extra layer of protection. If you're going to have a coffee filter, you can go ahead and place it right in between the two folds that you just did, so it'll be right in the center. Or another thing that you can use if you have at home is old air filters. If you have your parents help you, you can cut it up and place it right inside there. So I'm going to take my coffee filter, I'm going to place it back in between the two folds of my bandana. Then I have 2 hair ties or 2 rubber bands, and I'm going to take this end, I'm going to place it on there, and move it to the edges of the coffee filter. Or you can measure about 4 inches across, and you're going to add the other rubber band to the other side. And if you hold it up, it looks like a giant candy. Then you have the 2 ends, and you're going to fold them in, so it looks like this. Just folded them right over, and depending on if you move your rubber bands in and out, you can make your face mask smaller or bigger. So once these are folded in, you place this over your nose and mouth. You want to cover your nose and mouth because that's where the germs can enter and get you sick. So once you place it here, you take your rubber band and place it on your ears. This side too. And now you have a mask that you can wear out. And it covers your nose and your mouth, and it can keep you safe. So an important thing to remember is that when you have your mask on, you should avoid touching the outside because it's catching all those germs that you're trying to protect yourself with. So if you touch the outside, you can get those germs on your hands. But if you do happen to touch the outside, make sure that you wash your hands, or you can use some of the hand sanitizer that we just made. But try and take it off from just the rubber bands or the back side to be the safest. So that was our quick and easy way to make some homemade hand sanitizer and a nice face mask. Make sure if you have a single-use face mask, you don't use it more than once, And as soon as you take this off after you've been somewhere, you throw it in the washer. But make sure you take out the coffee filter if you place one in. I hope you guys had fun and learned something about keeping yourself safe during this time. Can't wait to see you next time. Bye.